Once you're fully invested in a relationship, do you get clingy?
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm really independent. Like, I love spending time. And, like, anywhere I go, you are always welcome. Like, I want you there. But I also am very independent. I like to do my own thing. I like to have my own goals that I'm accomplishing at the same time. And I want you to do that too. Like, I do not like it if a guy is like super dependent on me. It stresses me out.
Yeah.
Like, have your own goals, accomplish your own things.
Right.
Like, we'll root each other on and like support each other at the same time.
Yeah. Like running the race together.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you're going to build an empire, like, build it with me or get out of the way a little bit.
We going fast.
Respectfully.
That's funny. Have you ever dated a guy?
And I guess I'm doing pretty well.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Birdwatching Podcast, where we ask chicks questions to get answers for you guys. Today, I have a super special guest. Her name is Alyssa Rose. What's going on, Alyssa?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Alyssa was on first season of Birdwatching, episode 8. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. And then come on back and stick around for this one. It should be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know the deal. Always start with a rooster review. So we're going to try the beverage, give it a rating. No decimals, because decimals are rookie scores. Oh, no. Give a decimal.
Yes. I was like, whoa, you switched it up.
Yeah, I know. I switched it up. We're changing up the podcast. Today we're trying out Milka. I seriously have no idea what this tastes like.
I honestly have no idea what it is.
We talked about this last time. You'll see this episode, or we talked about it, whatever. It hasn't aired yet, but we went to an Asian supermarket and we picked out like 3 different drinks. So this is from like, I don't even know. Let's see what it says. You'd think Roja, you'd think like Mexico. But I have no idea.
No.
But let's crack them open.
I'm sure it's going to taste good though.
You think?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be very like fruit punchy or like strawberry
You
maybe.
think?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's red.
Is it carbonated?
I think mine didn't really, I don't know. It looks carbonated.
Ooh, it smells good.
It does smell good,
Sweet.
actually.
It smells sweet.
All right, you ready to try it out?
Mm-hmm.
All right, knock it.
Cheers.
And dock it.
It is a little carbonated.
What's that flavor? It's good, though. I like it.
I like it too. Here, we'll do a little ASMR.
Yeah.
Yum.
That's so funny.
Ooh, decimal rating, I'd probably give it like, I'm either 6.8 or 7.2. I don't know why.
What does it taste like? It tastes like something. It tastes like
it's missing something though.
Yeah, it's like a little too docile, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But it tastes like you mix like cherry or like strawberry with like cream soda.
Yeah. Like, I would finish drinking this, but I don't think I'd like reach for it over something else.
I think I might. It has like a very distinct flavor that I really like.
Good. What's your rating?
I'm going to go like 8.4.
Oh.
I really like it.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of respect, I'll do 7.2.
7.2.
Okay,
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Shout out Milka. If you want to sponsor the episode from wherever you're from, feel free to. All right. Let's see what we're getting into today. Oh, we're starting off with head scratcher. So this is how it works. I'm going to give you 5 trick questions. Yep.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's the ticket if you win. So if you get 3 out of the 5
Oh.
trick questions correctly, you get a $10 scratch off.
Okay.
So all you got to do is go 3 for 5, and then you're on to the big bucks. Okay. All right. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Here's the first one. What never gets questioned but answers all the time?
Never gets questioned, but answers all the time.
Uh-huh. Take your time. We can always edit.
Why do I feel like it's a Scantron?
What's a Scantron?
You don't know what a Scantron is?
Is that like one of the Transformers?
No. It's kind of like this, but when you take the test, you take a test, it's the bubbles that you have to fill in.
Yeah. So like an SAT or like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a Scantron.
Okay. Fire.
That does make sense, though. It does get answered. Well,
there's no questions on it, but all of the answers
that is true.
are put on it.
It's a cell phone.
Oh.
Yeah, it never gets questioned, but it gets
Always
answered all the
gets
time.
answered.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's a good one. I like Scantron more, though.
Scantron is right up there. We'll say If you don't get 3, maybe we'll throw that one in. At the end. So we'll see how we go from here. Here's your next one. A girl fell off of a 50-foot ladder but didn't get hurt. How is this possible?
It was sideways.
No, but that makes sense too, actually. That one does work. I'm going to give that one to you. She was on the bottom step.
Oh.
But if it is sideways and you fall off of it, you're not getting hurt.
No, and it's still a 50-foot ladder.
Right. I'm going to give that one to you for sure.
Fire. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I got you. I feel like
creative thinking over here.
Yeah, really. You're outside of the box on all these. I love it. All right, here's your next one. If you spell sit in a tub, SOAK, and you spell a funny story, JOKE, how do you spell the white of an egg?
Okay, wait.
Back it up.
Severely dyslexic over here and just through letters.
Yeah. Okay. Let's run it back.
Okay.
If you spell sit in a tub, SOAK, and you spell a funny story, JOKE, what do you spell the white part of an egg?
So, SOAK.
Yep.
For sit in a tub.
Yeah.
And then what was the second one?
A funny story, JOKE. How do you spell the white of an egg?
It's not yolk.
It's not yolk.
Spell the white of an egg?
Yeah, I think you got it. I mean, you're right on that. You just said it's not yolk. That's what most people would say. They'd be like, Y-O-K-E.
Yeah.
Yeah, Y-O-U-K.
I knew it wasn't that, but I don't know what...
I mean, it would just
what
be,
the egg white is called.
That's what it is. Egg
white.
Okay. Yeah. EGGWHITE.
Oh, okay.
Good stuff. You're all over these. All right, here's the next one. If you get this one right, you got it for sure. What gets sharper the more you use it?
I'm going to need a second to think on this one.
You got it. Take your time.
Sharper the more you use it.
Yep.
And this is like sudden death.
No, you still have one more actually.
Oh, I do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not as stressed.
No pressure then.
Sharper the more you use it.
Yeah.
Is it in this room?
Yes.
A camera?
No.
Oh.
Your brain.
Oh.
Yeah.
That one was okay.
Didn't
I was not that one. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like, the more you use your brain, the sharper you get.
Mm-hmm. The smarter you get.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your last one. And now it's sudden death.
Okay.
So it's getting intense now.
Yeah, I'm going to be prepared.
All right.
Wait, let me have a sip of my Red Bull.
Take your time.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. If a monkey, a squirrel, and a bird are racing to the top of a coconut tree, who will get the banana first?
A monkey, a squirrel, and a bird.
Mm-hmm.
Race to the top of a coconut tree and get a banana?
Yeah.
There's so many things wrong with this. Do they have to race up the tree?
Yes.
Like they have to be like 2 feet on the...
Like they're all racing to try and get to the banana.
Because the bird could just fly up.
Right.
Right. The squirrel could just run up.
Right.
And the monkey could also just kind of climb up.
Yeah.
I'd say bird.
Really?
Yeah, because it just fly up.
There's no bananas on a coconut tree, though.
Okay, but remember how
I was waiting for you to say, like, well, that's not right then. There's no bananas on a coconut tree.
I was like, there's so much wrong with this.
All right, we'll give it to you for the first one.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
So, can you hand me a quarter out of that thing? I really thought you had that last one on locks.
Well, I was like, okay, I'm just going to go along with it. But I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
I heard you. And I was like, she's got it. And you're like, I'm going to go bird. Yeah, you can give it to her. Or me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how many do I scratch?
I don't know. I've never had this one before. I got it yesterday. And I didn't even look at it, to be honest with you.
Or do I do all of them?
I think you do all of them.
All of them?
What does the instructions say?
Oh, okay. Here's the winning numbers.
Okay, and then you just have to have those match something below, probably.
I think. We have a 28.
Oh, that's a good number.
Reveal a hit symbol. Win prize for that symbol.
Did we get a hit?
I don't think so.
I'm assuming it'd be at the bottom. Can I see it?
Yeah. I don't do scratch offs that much, so I don't know.
I don't think so. It would have said, because it says gold, diamond, crown. Reveal a hit symbol to win prize. And our numbers were 28, 9, 37, 38, 15. No dice.
Bummer.
Unbelievable.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. Alyssa part 3 will win for sure. All right. Where are we at? 14 minutes? Yeah, let's do the next one. All right, next thing we're going to do, we're going to be talking about relationships a little bit. So talking about boys.
Okay.
Yep.
Favorite topic.
Your favorite topic. We'll get into it a little bit. See if we have some good questions for you.
Okay.
Here is your first one. How long does it take for a girl to get over a situationship?
Ooh, I think it would have to totally depend on the situationship.
Yeah.
I also think situationships are just such a waste of like time.
Really?
Oh, totally.
Just get straight to the point or don't do it at all?
Well, that, and I just feel like, what are you even doing? Like, I just feel like it's pointless.
Very college-like.
It's very college-like, and I feel like there's always that, like, one person probably does have feelings, and then the other one doesn't.
Yep.
And so it's like this weird, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I agree, actually. I think if you're in a situationship, that just means, like, one person isn't convinced and the other person's kind of getting dragged along.
Yeah.
Because if you both like each other, why wouldn't you just date?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with you, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting. So then answer the question very case by case.
Yeah.
But let's say personally for you. And let's say you're the one who's really interested and he's kind of dragging you along.
Oh. The tough thing about me is I don't get, like, I have my work, I have things that I focus on. So honestly, I don't think I would be very fazed by it.
Really?
Yeah, I think I could get over it pretty quick.
You just kind of look at it as like, well, I guess I have more time on my hands now.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Plus it's like everything happens for a reason, so you never know like what this relationship was blocking you from.
True.
So it's like, oh, I might have really liked him, but little did you know that like maybe your future husband or like a really long relationship or like a really great guy is waiting right around the corner and you just needed to kind of shake that one first.
Healthy. That's a good way to look at it. I don't think most people look at it like that. I think people get very set in like the moment. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, this is how I feel right now. And now you're taking it away from me. Like I'm hurt and I'm upset and it's going to take me time to get over it.
Yeah.
But if you look at it as like, well, here's an opportunity to meet like the right guy now. Very healthy.
Yeah.
Tough for a lot of people though.
Yeah. But saying like this is what's hurting right now, like just remembering that this is right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter that
True.
much.
Yeah. Especially how young we are too. It's like we'll bounce back. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
It's not like this was our last shot.
Yeah. And if you think about it big picture, like when you're like whatever your end goal is, like if you're like at home with your family making pancakes and waffles in the morning while you're getting ready, like your kids ready for school, none of that is going to matter in your mind during that time.
Oh, no way. Like thinking back like, oh, like this is great, but 8 years ago when Chad broke my heart, like that
you're gonna laugh.
Yeah, exactly. You're
gonna be like,
you're not gonna think about it anymore.
Why did I even care about that?
Right. Which actually makes a point to like anything you're doing right now with people you're dating, if they're not the ones at the end, not only will you probably not think about it, you might even regret some stuff. Not to get too deep, but like think about it like that, like, you know, you gotta kind of save yourself if you can, but I'm not telling you what to do. All right, here's your next relationship question. Is it unattractive if a man doesn't work out?
Like in the gym? Because I think there's a difference between working out and being active.
Physically active.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay.
I would say answer both then.
Okay, because me personally, as long as they're active, just because I'm active and I would want somebody that would go and do those things with me. Right. But they wouldn't need to be like a bodybuilder in the gym. But like if you like going on hikes and like going and wake surfing and like doing all of that stuff, if they don't do that, that's kind of a bummer because I like going and doing that and I would want to share those memories with that person.
Right. And I think from my perspective too, it's like important to know that the girl I'm dating is health conscious in an aspect. Like she might be really fit right now, but if she has no desire to like be active at all, it's not going to last forever. Like, you know, our metabolism's definitely slowed down, all of us. So I think it's important to be active, and any doctor you'd ask, they're going to say the same thing. Like you should be active.
Yeah. I think another thing too is like, it has to come from them.
Yep.
Like you have to go to the gym because you want to go to the gym because it makes you feel good. Like, don't ever do that for anybody else but yourself.
True. For sure. I think that's super important. Sweet. All right. Next question. What are some ways you know that a person is right for you?
My mom.
If you ask your mom?
Yeah. If my mom knows instantly. She has such a good gut intuition. Like, she'll meet somebody and she'll look at me and be like, and then like 6 days later, big surprise, it's a
shocker. It's yeah. That's so funny. It took me a long time to realize how smart my mom was about situations that she really didn't need that much information about. Like, I'd be like, yo, I really like this girl, and she'd be like, really? Like, what do you like about her? Like, asking those questions. And I used to get like irritated. I'd be like, Mom, you don't even know her. Yeah. And then like literally 3 weeks later it would end. She'd be like, oh, like, I'm sorry,
but I told you
so. Yeah. she wouldn't say that to me, but I know in the back of my head.
Yeah.
Like,
you're like, you're right, Mom.
She told me.
Yeah.
That's
and it's
so
weird.
funny.
They can like tell just from like a photo.
Oh yeah.
Or like my mom will just text me sometimes. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like at first I would never listen. But after like
3,
7,
4,
8, 9, 10 of times of her being right, I'm like, okay, I might start to listen now.
She might know something. Yeah. That is funny. Mom intuition is definitely a thing.
Yeah, she yeah, definitely.
Yeah. My mom's 100%. The same way. How about you? Is your mom, she got an intuition about
like who she thinks is good for me?
Like lady folk, yeah? Yeah.
I have a pretty good intuition too.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you meet a guy and you're like, oh, this could have potential. I don't totally trust it. Or you're like, oh, this is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard to sway me to be like, oh, okay, this is a good one. Like normally I'm like, no, thank you.
No thanks.
I'm good.
I think I'm the opposite of that. I think I think it's so cliche to be like, I see the good in people. But like, I think sometimes if I really like somebody, I'm like looking for the good qualities and ignoring the red flags.
Yeah, you're blinded by the love a little bit.
Little bit. But I also don't let myself get to that point very often, even with like girls that I'm blinded by, you know?
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
That happens.
True.
You're just going to have to call your mom.
Yeah, right? Every single time. Here's your next one.
Okay.
What does intimacy in a relationship mean to you?
I think intimacy in a relationship is really important, and it's also I think it's like sacred and protected. And like how you were saying earlier, like be careful like who you share that with, because I also think I have a lot of guy friends and they are like the best people ever, but you also hear a lot about how guys talk about girls.
Right.
And I think also just from a young age, I would hear that and I just would be like, I never want to give a guy the ammunition to speak on my name like that. Right. So I'm very like particular about who I trust with that kind of thing.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I think it is important. I think locker room talk is a thing and it's going to happen no matter what. Like we're dudes, we do talk about that kind of stuff. Same way as like how girls, they're probably not as sharp about how they talk about it. It's more like elegant and not always. Some girls are like that too, but guys are very like upfront to the point, especially talking to other dudes. Yeah. Because it's almost like bragging or it's like wearing the medal on your sleeve. Yeah. So be careful to an extent.
And the way I think about it is like big picture too. Like, I mean, like if you're in a serious relationship, like the way that man is talking about you or other girls, that's how your son is going to hear and think it's okay to talk about people too.
True.
Or your daughter too. Like
true.
Otherwise. So
good point.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I don't think we're very stuck. Like we've kind of talked about this throughout the episode, but we're very stuck in the moment. I don't think a lot of guys look ahead to like, one day I am going to be in the kitchen making pancakes with my kids listening to the conversation I have with my wife or a conversation I have with a buddy. Like we don't think that far ahead. We're very like, oh, football's next Sunday. You know what I mean? Like that's about as far as we get.
Yeah.
Interesting. Good talks. Here's your last relationship question. Once you're fully invested in a relationship, do you get clingy?
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm really independent. Like I love spending time and like anywhere I go, you are always welcome. Like I want you there, but I also am very independent. I like to do my own thing. I like to have my own goals that I'm accomplishing at the same time. And I want you to do that too. Like I do not like it if a guy is like super dependent on me. It stresses me out. Yeah. Like have your own goals, accomplish your own things. Right. Like we'll root each other on and like support each other at the same time.
Yeah. Like running the race together.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you're going to build an empire, like build it with me or get out of the way a little bit.
We're going fast.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully. That's funny. Have you ever dated a guy or been in a situationship with a guy who was like dependent on you from feelings or aspirations kind of stuff?
Yeah. I had one tell me he was just gonna like mooch off of my success.
Cool. Yeah,
and I was
super
like,
attractive.
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay, all right. Well, you want to get food?
I'm like,
On me, I
yeah,
guess.
literally. Okay, I'll pay for the gas there.
Yeah, right. That's so funny. All right, well, that was your last question for relationships.
Yeah, sponsorships are huge.
Yeah,
I just like signed a really big one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Congrats.
I'm so excited.
That's awesome. Can I mooch off your success?
Absolutely. You just have to pay for dinner then.
Okay.
The dinner.
Yeah, you got gas, I got dinner.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to play a game. And you have to like list. So I'm going to give you 5 different subjects or objects or whatever. We're talking about cosmetics.
Okay.
So I'm going to give you 5 in a row, but you have to list them as they come out. So 1 to 5.
Okay.
You don't get to know the rest until the next one.
Wow. Okay.
So here's your first one.
Okay.
And these are must-have cosmetics.
Where did you get this information?
The actual cosmetics.
Yeah.
Or like I just looked up common cosmetics. For one. So it's like very broad, generalized types of cosmetics.
Okay.
So here's your first one. 1 to 5, bronzer.
I'm gonna place that one at a 2.
2. So pretty important.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it just like gets that glow. It brings back the like warmth in your skin.
Okay.
And it can add depth and stuff. And the good thing about bronzer is it goes all to like your cheekbones, forehead, under, and also you can use it as eyeshadow, nose contour. Like you can use it for multiple things.
So very diverse.
Yeah.
Like a lot of uses.
If you wanted to put it on a little freckles too, you can do that for your brows too. For me, it might work depending on like your skin tone and stuff and your hair color, but I could use my bronzer as my eyebrow stuff too.
Like to darken it a little bit.
Yeah. Like if I was like on an island, I would take bronzer. I don't know if I need it after being in the sun, but like I'd take a bronzer.
Right on. That's funny. Do you think most women use bronzer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because bronzer is going to like help you look more tan.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So we're putting that at 2. Here's your next one. Blush.
3.
3.
I love blush.
Do you?
I'm such a blush girl.
Do you think a lot of girls are blush girls?
It depends for sure, but I think yes. I think a lot of girls are blush girls because there's you know how like we went from 2016 makeup, which was like caked on like heavy foundation, and then we went kind of into like COVID makeup, which was like glass, like very soft.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of like in this middle area. Blush has always been in all of them, and then as we went into this glass era, it was like the glass glow blush that was like cream balm, and like Hailey Bieber using her blush with her products. So blush is definitely a big one.
So blush
especially cream
has been consistent. It just has changed a little bit how you use it, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's like the powders and stuff, but
you'd still put bronzer above blush?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would.
This is the most I've ever talked about makeup, I think.
This is awesome. Let's keep going.
Yeah. All right, here's your third one.
Okay.
Concealer.
Oh.
And also, can you explain to me what concealer is?
You don't know what concealer is?
Is it like foundation?
Kind of, a little bit. So concealer is more spot treated.
Okay.
So it's gonna be more coverage than a foundation would be, and so you're gonna put your T-zone in any problematic areas. So your under eyes, your dark circles, and then what you use concealer for is usually it's brighter. So you know how you would bronze in like your cheekbones and your forehead.
Yeah.
But you would put concealer here to help lift your face.
Oh, interesting.
Or like here to give a sharper jawline, whereas your bronzer would be like down underneath here and up here.
Right.
And so it just kind of helps.
Interesting. So
it's
they
like
both
highlighting and shadowing like when you're drawing.
Drawing a bit. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then foundation is everywhere?
Foundation's everywhere. But the way foundation is being used now, it's starting to become different. Like we used to cake on foundation, and now it's like, now I do bronzer, concealer, and then foundation instead of foundation, concealer, bronzer, blush. It's a different thing because now you use less foundation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then the foundation just kind of like covers up any mishaps in the other makeup that you do, maybe?
Yeah, it's like laying just like a layer on top to smooth and balance everything out.
Oh, so like a filter.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
And then where are you putting concealer?
Concealer is like under eyes.
Like on the list.
Oh, probably last.
5?
Yeah.
So not super important.
No, not for me.
Okay.
Personally.
Yeah. What would you have listed it like 3 years ago?
Probably still at 5.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So we got foundation at 5. We got blush at 3 and bronzer at 2. So you still have 1 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your next one. Mascara.
Is lashes an option?
Yeah. I like combine them. Lashes.
Okay, I could do lashes as mascara.
Yep.
Okay, number one.
One easily.
Number one, yeah.
Is that what you like to talk about a lot on TikTok?
Lashes is my main thing that I like. That was what kind of like blew up.
Yeah.
Lashes in my hair.
Oh,
but the lashes was
your hair.
Funny story. The first time
I was gonna say, are we gonna talk about it? Should we talk about it?
The first time I came on Birdwatching Podcast was right when I was getting just some heat. I wouldn't say like it was that big of a deal, but I just got heat about my hair color.
Yeah, which was crazy. I didn't realize anything was going on about it.
It didn't make sense to me because I've always said that I'd used like Sun-In before, and like I don't use it a lot, and so I don't know. I said I've never highlighted or dyed my hair, which I've never gone to the salon. I've never box dyed. The only thing I've ever used would be Sun-In.
Yeah.
Which is like activated by the sun.
Yeah.
So like even when I go swimming in the pools, like my hair is gonna get lighter already, and I'm in Arizona, so
right. So it's not like you're really changing that much. You
no,
might just be,
and
like,
it won't
bumping it up a little bit.
Yeah, it won't like change your hair color. So I don't know. When everyone was like, her hair is fake, I was like, wait.
Yeah, I remember the common one that we were talking about was some girls like, your hair looks like yellow cake. And we were like, what? Like, so blonde?
Yeah, it was really yellow back then, and like whatever, but I'm happy that people told me about purple shampoo. Yeah. Like at least I learned something from it, and now I work with like really awesome hair brands too, which is really cool. So even though there was like a little bit of like, whoa, I didn't think people had that much to say about my hair,
right,
it still brought in like a lot of learning and also like a lot of really cool connections with brands and stuff that were like, you should try this or like do this.
Right,
and
yeah. We just talked about it off air. Any publicity is good publicity. Mm-hmm. Something like that, even if people are being negative, you might have a brand deal now coming out and be like, hey, people are giving you crap about this. You know, maybe try our product. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, sweet, now I get to sponsor this and make money and have free product that I can try out.
Yeah. And I think too, it's like learning how to respond to that kind of thing, because I think right now with social media, we're so quick with cancel culture.
True. That
we're teaching kids from a young age that you can't learn from your mistake.
Right.
It's a one and done.
Yep, exactly. Which is wrong.
No, you should be able to take the criticism and figure out a way to grow from it.
Exactly.
And so like, obviously don't go like too crazy.
Yeah, don't
like,
go wild. Like,
do like something horrible. But like in the schemes of like smaller cancel culture things, I think we need to kind of change it to where it's okay to learn and grow from something.
Right. And I think culture has gotten to the point where it's like any little thing is cancelable now, which is dumb. Like that's not what it's meant for. We do have an opportunity to like cancel big issues and like people who are doing really bad stuff.
Yes.
Great. We should be doing that.
Yes.
We shouldn't be giving them attention or props or anything. If it's something very minute, you should be able to learn from it, grow from it, move on.
Exactly.
If you lose some fans, that's okay. That's how it rolls. Like if you don't like something, you should just stop watching it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Sometimes it doesn't need a comment. Just swipe past it. You don't need to let out that little spurt of anger.
Yeah, I know. Behind your phone too, or behind your computer.
Yeah.
People love doing that.
No, you can keep swiping. You can press the block button. You don't have to interact with it.
For real.
And then videos like that aren't going to show up on your algorithm anymore because TikTok's going to get the hint that you don't like it.
But if you comment,
they're going to think you like it.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care what you say.
Yeah.
They're going to keep sending more stuff to you so that you can comment on more, and then they get more views and comments and yada yada.
Yeah.
So take note of that. All right, you're putting mascara / eyelashes 1.
First, yeah.
So here's your last one. This comes in at 4.
Okay.
Lip gloss. Are you happy with that?
So I have lashes, bronzer, blush, lip gloss. What was the last one?
Concealer.
How
do you feel about your list? Or how would you
I don't mind it because I would use my blush and bronzer as lip gloss too.
Oh yeah, if you're on an island.
Yeah, if I was on an island, I will be doing my lashes on an island, and I'll be talking to all the turtles, and I'll be like, okay, use code Alyssa20 We're going to take the 16 millimeters and pop them on the outside.
That's so funny. That would be such a good bit if you got like stuck on an island, or you could even do a video of like you getting stuck on the island. And like, because you don't have a phone or an audience, you're just like teaching the turtles now how to do makeup.
The dolphins are like, nice.
Yeah, like she's good.
She's really good.
She's really good. That's so funny. All right, we're going to move on. Next segment, questions for guys.
Okay.
So you got a couple questions for me?
Yes.
All right.
So many.
Yes, so many questions.
So many questions.
You came so prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had no questions.
We came up with something though.
Yeah.
We got good talking points.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. My first question was, do guys really think that when girls get ready, do their nails, do their makeup, pick an outfit, that it's for them?
And we talked about this a little bit too before, but I think from a male aspect, subconsciously, yes. I think when we think about girls, you know, not in like we're breaking down their character qualities and whatever, especially from a makeup standpoint, it feels very like physical attraction to us. And that's kind of what we see it as. So we just assume that you're putting it on to impress the opposite sex. Not like outwardly, like we wouldn't go up. Most guys wouldn't go up to you and be like, oh, you're just wearing that because you're trying to impress men. Some will, which is crazy to me. You shouldn't say that to a woman. But I think subconsciously a lot of us do think that.
Which is so interesting because I did have like one of my friends I was doing and I was explaining this earlier, but
yeah,
I was doing my nails in my living room and my friend was like, oh my gosh, that's taking you so long. I can't believe the things girls do for guys.
Right.
And I was like immediately like kind of appalled because I was like, I'm doing a Pinterest look on my nails for 2 hours and never once has a man crossed my mind in that thought process. And so I don't know. And like even for makeup, but it's my job. So for me, when I do my makeup, I'm thinking about how the product is doing. I'm not really like, I guess I could have a different thought process on it because for me, it's my job. It's what I like to do.
Right.
And I paint like butterflies and like Avatar on my face. So obviously I'm not doing that for
men.
Yeah,
or
Chad
like
down the street.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I do not care what Chad thinks about my butterfly eyeshadow.
I promise. I think you might be a little bit of an outlier, but I think a lot of women would back you in saying that like, no, when I put on makeup, sometimes it's just for self-confidence for myself. It doesn't have anything to do with guys. I think where you're coming from, you're probably thinking about girls when you do your makeup.
I do.
Because you're appealing to an audience.
Yeah. And another thing too is like the act in itself of doing your makeup it's like a self-care kind of like therapy thing. Like it's very peaceful and calming, especially if people are like watching a movie or a show or other makeup videos or they're listening to music. Like it's super calming and it's like just that time to just like and like you can just do your makeup.
Right. And just think like guys. Yeah.
Where are the men?
Yeah, we need more men.
This blush is just gonna blow their mind.
No, I totally get it. I think my opinion about that has changed, or like I've tried to change my opinion about it.
Yeah.
But very truthfully, I think in the back of my mind, I've always kind of come from a place where like, oh yeah, women do makeup to look attractive for guys. Just like guys work out to look attractive for women. Not always the case. You hear a lot of guys saying like, I don't work out just to appeal for women. I'm doing it for my own health and my self-confidence. You kind of got to look at it both ways then. So
that even shocked me, you saying that right there for a second, the guys working out for girls.
Yeah.
Because in my head, I was like, no way.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a motivation behind it. You want to be like attracted to find a suitor, you know, like a partner.
I always thought of like working out too as a different form of like self-care just because of that like after feeling. You know when you run a ton and you're like, oh my gosh, this sucks in the moment. But then when you're done, you're like, wait, I actually feel really
amazing.
good.
Like the runner high kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's just always how I've thought of it.
And it's not always about
other people.
Yeah. Anybody else but yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So do you have a second question for me?
I do.
Perfect.
Because nowadays, like the times are changing and in more traditional times, the man would make the money and the wife would stay at home. And now you're kind of starting to see it shift where women are making money and enough to support. And in some cases, the man is staying home and it works for them. That works for them.
Yeah.
Is that threatening to some men when the wife is the breadwinner in the family?
Yeah, for some men, for sure. I think there is an aspect, and we talked about this in the last podcast. There's a certain aspect that's like very innate in men that we feel like we should be the protectors, providers, and that definitely gets bundled into finances to a certain extent. So like I think maybe we feel a little, is it demasculated or emasculated? Is that the right word? Do you know what I'm saying? Like we feel less like a man if maybe the woman is making more money than us and it feels like they're carrying us kind of. I think that is an issue with some guys. Whereas like other guys don't care at all. Like go ahead, make your money. I'll stay home with the kids. I'll cook. I'll clean. Like, I don't care. I don't think it's super common in a lot of guys. I think for a majority of men, they wouldn't be outwardly saying it because they don't want to sound like a, I don't know, chauvinistic maybe. But I would say a lot of guys would be like, I kind of wish I was making, I wish I was the main provider.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think it's,
I just think it's different toxic? Now. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think if that's what works for your family, then that's awesome because it's almost like in the terms of, you know how like when you marry somebody, your really good qualities might sometimes be where they lack and their really good qualities could be where you lack.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like that's how you guys like benefit each other. So I just think that it's something like that.
Do you think it's toxic if a man is slightly upset that the woman's making more money than him?
I think that does show a little bit of like insecurity in something.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, yeah, I think it's a little bit of insecurity in something. And maybe it's just because like they feel like staying at home isn't what they want to be doing.
Oh, interesting.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, I want to go do this, but I can't. Like because I'm the one that has to stay home because my wife is making more. Like I feel like that would be it. Yeah. I don't know. Or just like they're kind of stuck in the ways of how traditionally things are done. Right. But I don't think there's any reason to be insecure about it. I think that if that's what works for you guys, that's what works for you guys.
For sure. What would be your advice to a guy who doesn't want to stay home, but he doesn't have the credentials to get a job as financially successful as the wife? And he's like, I don't want to be here, but I can't really do anything about it because it makes more sense that she goes to work and I stay home. But he's still like upset. What would be your advice to him?
I would say there's always something that you can do. Yeah. Like in that sense, like you are the person that's stopping yourself from doing that. So if you have to stay home, but you want to go pursue this, you can still like be learning how to pursue it, create your own business. And it might not be on this huge grand scheme, but like you can still be working towards goals that are along those lines at the same time.
Yeah. And I think education is usually the starting point for any sort of passion that you might have. So if you are stuck at home and you're just kind of wallowing in your sorrows, not taking the time that you do have to yourself at home to like learn more about it, you know, YouTube videos or take classes on whatever you're trying to get into. I think a lot of people are just kind of like lazy, and it's easier to feel sorry for yourself than to like make the jump into something new.
Yeah, it's just like getting up and starting is the hardest part sometimes. Yeah. And then you just have to stay consistent with it.
I think.
But I think a lot of people too, and just like what I've seen on videos is a lot of people saying like, I don't know what my passion is. And, or like, they're like, I wish I was one of those people who knew what I wanted to do my whole life. Like I've seen a lot of those videos on my For You page. And so if you are one of those people and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my like
passion or aspirations, whatever, destiny. Sounds a little fantastical, mystical, fantasy like, but
then I could see how it'd be hard to start because you're like, I don't even know what I'm starting.
Yeah, where do I begin if I don't know what the starting point is?
Yeah,
that is a tough one.
So I can understand. I kind of
I think if I was giving advice to somebody who said like I would start something but I just don't know where to start, I think you just have to try everything then. Just try a bunch of stuff that you don't think you'll enjoy.
You can never fail. You can always learn.
Right, exactly. Just give it a shot at a bunch of different things. And maybe you might stumble across something and be like, whoa, I love this. And I did not expect that. Yeah. Because that's how it starts for some people. So might as well give it a shot.
Or like rejection is redirection, that saying too. Yep. Like, you never know where it could lead you.
True that.
Or like I always say, like shoot for the moon. And if you miss, you land amongst the stars.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. I've heard that too. I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
That is not super cold. Not great. That's all right.
Room temp.
Yeah, room temp beer. My favorite.
Oh, yummy.
Do you have a third question?
Yes. I think it's attractive when guys wear pearls.
Okay.
But I've heard otherwise. There's like, I don't know. People don't like it when guys wear pearls apparently, but I think it's cool.
You think it's like cute, or is it like cool that they're being eccentric?
Well, I just think it's part of fashion. Like I said earlier, I think that like pearls are the diamonds of the ocean.
Right.
And I don't think it says anything about anyone other than that it's a necklace and it's a trend and you can match it with your outfit. I don't think it has to specify with a specific type of person.
I know what you're saying. I just think from a guy's perspective, pearls for as long as I can remember, and then plus, 80 years, we've like guys have always known that like pearls are for women. Like pearls get worn by women. Guys don't really wear pearls. You never hear about like, oh, check out this new bracelet I got. It's made of pearls. I think even in like a regular setting, if one of my buddies showed up and he was like, yo, check out my new bracelet, and it was all pearls, I think a majority of the guys in the room would be like, are you wearing pearls? Like, that's kind of weird.
Really?
Seriously.
Whenever I see a guy wearing pearls, I always compliment them. And I also, to me, it's a sign of like confidence.
Definitely. Yeah, true. That is true. But I also look at it as like something eccentric that like Machine Gun Kelly would wear. And when I look at Machine Gun Kelly as like a masculine guy, like, no. He wears a lot of pink. He's like wears nail polish. Like, it's not that I'm saying any of those are wrong, but it's more of a feminine look.
Have you ever seen like I don't know if this is the right like style name for it, but like the kind of like the skater boy type of look, and some of them wear pearls and they do it and it looks really good.
Yeah, I think skaters can get away with it, but you'd never catch a country boy wearing a necklace like of pearls.
No, one of my friends was wearing pearls at the rodeo.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Why is he wearing pearls?"
Yeah,
and
seriously,
because he wants to wear pearls.
Yeah,
Who
you're
cares?
standing up for him.
I'm like, wear the pearls.
Yeah, you look great.
You look great.
He's like, thank you.
I'm wearing pearls.
Heck yeah, I think girls get away with it. I would never think twice about a girl wearing pearls, but guys,
I never thought twice about it. When the first time I ever saw a guy wearing pearls, I was like, that is awesome. Like, that looks so good on you.
Interesting.
I like it.
I don't think it's it wouldn't be commonly accepted by most men. But who cares? Are you living to appeal to other people?
Exactly.
Do what you want to do.
Next time I come, I'm bringing you a pearl necklace.
Yeah, and I'll wear it the whole time.
Okay, good. Fire.
Fire. Okay, Alyssa has an announcement.
I would like to change my rating.
Talk to him.
Because now I keep going back.
And it's better than you thought?
I would like to rate this a 7.9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jump it up.
Few decimals up.
I think I'm gonna stick with 8.4 because it's pretty high.
I just also don't like carbonated drinks.
And this one's pretty softly carbonated.
It's very softly carbonated, so it's nice.
It is good.
It's a 7.9 for sure.
7.9 for sure. All right. Shout out Milka. Still, if you want to sponsor, feel free to. All right. Last thing we're going to do, cute or cringe. It's a classic. I'm going to read off a prompt to you. You're going to tell me cute, you like it, or cringe, you don't like it.
Okay.
Here's your first one. Hanging out with your siblings, cute or cringe?
Cute.
Cute.
I wish I could hang out with my brother more.
Are you tight with your brother?
Well, we live in different like places.
Yeah.
So that's tough, but like I would like to be closer, but we're still like close. I could call him for anything and like we can go and do stuff and it'd be super fun, but
right. But you wish it was a little bit more like
I wish, yeah.
It'll grow though. Honestly, from personal experience, up until I got out of college, me and my brother were like great relationship. We were close to a certain extent. We wouldn't talk a ton, but like anytime we'd see each other, we'd hang out, have fun.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Now where I'm at though, like at 25 and he's like 29, we're like super close.
Okay.
We'll FaceTime like 2 times a week at least.
Okay, yeah. We never FaceTime.
Really?
Like I used to FaceTime him all the time. We were closer in high school.
Interesting.
And then like I would go and visit him when we were in college. He just hasn't came to visit me yet.
Okay. Do you think he like will?
He actually texted me. Huge moment.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I was so excited. He was like, Zach Bryan's coming to where you are. I'm going to try to fly in.
Where does he is he in Oregon?
Yeah.
Doing college out there?
He finished college. So he just lives up there.
Is he a year older than you?
He's 2 years older
2
than me.
years. Okay.
Yeah.
And are you a senior now?
Yeah.
How exciting.
I know. Last few months.
Are you going to stay out here?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it here. And it's close to LA if I ever need to go
Oh, right.
there.
If anything pops off. Cheers. Hopefully that happens. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I hope LA calls.
Hello? Guys, it's LA. Shut up. Here's your next one. Cute or cringe, shopping without needing anything.
Cute.
Love.
Therapy.
Yeah.
Retail therapy.
Yep. I know a lot of girls who are like, I've gone shopping with them. Like one time we had a girl, my friend was in town. She was staying with us. And she was like, let's go to TJ Maxx. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. And I was like, I don't need anything. And she was like, you don't get it. Like, that's not the point. That's
Yeah.
not why we're going.
Yeah.
We ended up going. I spent like $100 and she didn't get anything. She was like, well, that was fun. I was like, well, how did I buy this much stuff? But I know that that's like a thing with girls.
Yeah. Especially like Sephora.
Yeah.
Or like.
Oh yeah. You probably go for makeup like stores.
The weirdest thing for like a really long time, I did not go and buy any makeup because I was just getting products sent for reviews. So I would just use what I was sent. And then lately I've just been like scoping out new products and I'm like, I kind of want to go get this. So lately I've been making a few Sephora runs.
That's fun though, especially if you're getting into a field like if makeup is going to be your life or your business moving forward now. Like now you have an opportunity, kind of like what we just talked about with scratch offs on a very small scale. Like these people who are doing scratch off lives, they get people to donate, they use that money to go buy more scratch offs and then continue the cycle.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as like on a bigger scale with a business.
Yeah.
If makeup's what you're really into, take the money that people are giving you or donating or whatever and utilize that for like your business.
Yeah.
Put the money back into it.
Like Makeup by Mario, he dropped a new foundation.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, if I would have gotten that in PR, I would have been so hyped about it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Right.
No problem.
No
one
sweat.
day.
We're not upset.
We're going to put it in the universe one day. But I went to go buy it because I wanted to be able to review it, you know, for my community and it's everywhere. And I learned that it's amazing for dry skin, which is me.
Oh, you have dry skin?
I have dry skin, super dry skin. And so it looks amazing on my skin, but you would have, if somebody with like oily skin would have tried it, it wouldn't have really worked for them as well.
Interesting.
And then now they know.
Yeah, but like people who are watching these videos, that's the information that they're looking for.
Exactly.
They're looking like somebody might literally cue into a video like what is it? Is it a foundation? Foundation. What kind of foundation goes well with dry skin or like oily skin? And then that video is going to come up.
Yeah.
So you're going to get views. People are going to get answers. Everybody's happy.
Yeah. It's crazy how, like all of the little things that go into it.
Yeah. It's interesting. It is fun though.
It's super fun.
All right. Here's your next one. Cute or cringe, Old Town.
So cute.
Cute. We love it.
I love Old Town.
Do you?
Did you pull that specifically?
Yeah, I mean, they're all specific to you.
Okay, because I was like, me every weekend. Get ready with me for Old Town.
Right. I did go through your TikToks a little bit, and I was like, okay, we'll use that one.
Old Town.
Old Town. Okay, we're definitely talking about Old Town.
Oh, she was in Old Town last night? Okay.
It's Tuesday.
Does she ever go home? I don't know.
Does she sleep there? Have you noticed an uptick in Old Town like recently, or was it just from when you were 21?
Just like since I started turning 21, and like a few of my friends work there, and so
fun.
And I like supporting them. I actually ran into Noah Beck in Old Town.
No way.
Yeah, it was really, I lost my group, and so I just went to like my home base club, like where I know everyone because I felt safe there.
Yeah.
And I was standing in line. I was trying to get my ID out of my shoe because girls have no pockets in our clothes.
Right.
So everything's just tucked into shoes.
Right.
So I'm grabbing my ID and I'm in the front of the line and someone like walks in front of me as I'm like trying to get in, like my shoe out. And I like looked up and like immediately I'm like, why are you like cutting in front of me? Like, who are you?
Yeah.
It wasn't even like cutting, but it was just like,
yeah, like
I'm right. I'm like right about to walk in.
Yeah.
And then I look up and I was like,
oh, that's why.
I was like, you're Noah Beck. And he was super nice. He was just like, yeah. And I was like, well, since you just walked in front, we have to take a selfie. And he was like, okay.
Yeah,
took a selfie. And I was like, have a great night. And then I just like ran off into the club.
Double fingers. Shooting fingers. That's so funny.
Then, yeah, he was super, super nice. So I've
heard good things about him.
Yeah. And then I met Bryce Hall like in Tavern.
I have not heard good things about Bryce Hall.
He was super he filmed a TikTok on my phone.
Oh, cool.
He was super, super nice.
Did you post that TikTok or is it in the drafts?
I did.
Cool. How'd it do?
Of course I posted it.
Of course you did.
It did decent.
Okay.
Like, few 100,000. All of the comments on it was, I didn't know Bryce Hall was so hot. Like,
oh,
it was
really?
it was like a revival video or something.
Let's go. I've heard very mixed reviews about him, like big picture, or like, you know, like across very generalized Bryce Hall. I hear a lot of negative connotations about him.
Really, I had a really positive experience. I feel like I understood because when Novak was in front of me, because like we're out in the town drinking. No way. You're at a club and you're drinking? Free drinks too? You're crazy.
You're insane. All right, this episode's over. Canceled.
But like out of instinct, I was like, oh my gosh, you're Novak. And then I like, after it, I was like, ooh, I probably shouldn't have like even like reached my arm out to like touch him, because like if that was me, like anytime I'm walking in the club and a guy grabs me, I'm like, don't touch me.
Right.
Like I don't like that.
Right.
And so like I could understand how sometimes just like an interaction could be kind of just like a little unsettling for them.
For sure.
And it might just seem like a bad response. I don't know.
That's true.
But if I was them and I had that all the time on me, like I would be a little bit like anxious sometimes.
Do you think that at a certain point you'd get used to it, or it would actually like build more of a phobia of getting touched randomly?
I think it depends on the person.
I'm saying like you.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Because I think I would get used to it eventually.
I just don't like it when it's like a hard, like when you're grabbing me. Like, don't do that. If you're like tapping me, like it's fine. But if you're gonna like stop me in my tracks, like
that's
I don't
weird.
like that.
That's like
that makes me uncomfortable.
Too invasive.
Yeah, way too invasive.
But I don't think most guys have to deal with that very often. Because even if a girl is gonna grab me like that, I'm still gonna feel it and know that it's not another dude like maybe trying to kick my butt.
Yeah.
I know it's like a girl, so I don't know. It wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I think we have it easier in that very specific sense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I could see, I don't know. It's cool. From my experience, Bryce Hall was really nice. So I'm going to.
Props to Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard some negative stuff about him, but if he's cool, he's cool. You know, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Plus, like, sometimes I think he has to feed into it because it's like part of his job is to.
It's his character.
Yeah.
Do you think he has to like kind of play into it a little bit sometimes?
Well, yeah. Remember how like I always see his videos on my For You page where he's like stitching a video and he's like making fun of it, like light of it.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think that that's like how his personality is.
I could see that. I do think that there's aspects about him that obviously it's so tough though because like these celebrities, every single one of their character qualities gets highlighted to the max.
Oh my gosh. And it's like every tiny little thing they do. I would be so freaked of like
you want to get to that point at someday though, right? Like you kind of want to be a social influencer.
I
like
do.
Big stage.
I do.
Excuse me.
And I just really pray that it's in like in a positive light because I am not like nitpicking my words because I have dyslexia. So I'm like half the time it comes out, I'm still like trying to process what I'm saying.
Right.
So like I have to slow down with it sometimes. So I think that's the only thing that would scare me is like what I'm trying to say is getting misunderstood.
Yeah. Right. Misheard maybe.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Or like I can't figure out how to word it properly to how I'm meaning it to sound.
Yeah.
I think that would be my like biggest worry.
I think my biggest worry would be saying something that like maybe I still believe but might not be considered politically correct. Especially like
nobody else agrees with you.
Right. Or like the social media norm doesn't agree with me. So maybe it's not like most of the people, but anybody who's like commenting on the video, I might get hate from.
Yeah.
Especially in like 10 years, like you can see the progression of what politically correct is now.
Yeah.
The stuff I would be worried about is like saying something that not everybody agrees with now, and I don't know the norm anymore because like I'm getting older.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, like how kind of our parents are, where we have to be like that's not right.
Right.
You can't say that.
Yeah. Because I'll still catch like sometimes I'll say a word and people will be like, "Oh, you can't say that anymore." I'm like, I didn't even know that was ever offensive.
Yeah. No, there's been a few times where like stuff will just like I'll see it and I'm like, oh, that is now like the meaning of something and it wasn't the meaning of something previously and now it is.
I had a specific one. I might even have to bleep this out, but I didn't know. All right, here's your next cute or cringe. The WWE.
I enjoy watching it.
Yeah. Do you watch it?
That's like fighting, right?
It's like entertainment, scripted entertainment.
Yeah.
But it's fighting.
It's like interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like as a joke, like if me and my like roommate Amaris or something, if like we did a scripted one, oh my god, it'd be so funny. I would so do it.
Right.
But I'm not like, oh my god, when's the next
Royal Rumble?
Yeah. No. But I think it'd be fun to like try to do it.
Right.
So we're gonna say cutie pie.
Cute. Not even a slash. Let's go. All right. Shout out WWE. All right. Here is your last cute or cringe. Are you ready?
Yes.
Cute or cringe. Zach Bryan.
The country artist.
Yeah.
Cute.
I've heard his name come up so much recently, and it was funny that you just brought it up too. The only song that I know about him or know from him is the going south. You know that one?
Oh yeah.
Going south, I think.
Heading south.
Heading south, yeah. It's like the only song I know by him.
Oh my gosh, you should listen to them. They're so good.
I've heard he's good. He's very like sad boy country though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very sad boy country, but I would give the crown to Chris Stapleton over him.
Over all country artists. The crown feels
Yeah,
like the best of the
I'd
best.
give him the crown. I think so. Just because like his voice and just like, I would love to see him live. He's so good live.
Right.
Yeah, I think I might give Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton, the ultimate cute.
Mm-hmm. But Zach Bryan can be cute too.
Yeah, he's cute. You went cute for all those.
Did I really?
You didn't have a single cringe, I don't think. Hanging out with your siblings, shopping without needing anything, Old Town, WWE was Cutie Pie, and Zach Bryan.
Yeah, WWE is only Cutie Pie though if it's like us doing it.
So like you and your roommates put on a WWE.
Like I think it'd be so funny to film that and
That
like
would be
make
funny.
that an episode.
It'd be super funny if you made it very cinematic.
Oh, like
Like-
the ones with the chairs.
Yeah,
and
and like but made it like you guys really were trying to be serious. But it's
Yeah.
still like funny to laugh at, you
like
know?
the ones where they're like fighting and then the police come out and like handcuff her or something. And like,
yeah. And like
like-
the wives fight or like
Yeah.
you got like boyfriends fighting each other
Yeah.
over you guys or something.
that would be funny.
You should do that for one of your like class projects. Do you still
my
do
gosh,
video stuff or is it just
Yes,
are you in
I'm in film production.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'm in practicum right now. So I don't pick anything.
Okay.
I'm just kind of.
you guys just make a
I think we make. There's 2 groups, so 2 short films.
okay. We did a short film for my what was it called? Capstone. But then I switched over what was it? Cuz I had to do a short film when I was like a sophomore. And then I switched to screenwriting and then my capstone was a feature-length film script.
Was it production management?
Mine was just what was it?
Because we did a short film and it was like to learn how to
like the
do
boom
the whole
and the
thing.
grip and
Yeah.
like
And then
what
like set up the
everybody's job.
schedules and
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
pay
yeah.
people and how to get copyright and
I think I had a class like that, but it wasn't like the end of college, like big one.
I think it might have been management.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Interesting. Are you liking that?
Practicum?
Are you liking video production?
I do. I'm super close to it. It's weird because when I say like, oh, I'm in video production, they're like, oh, do you want to be a director? And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's what everybody says.
yeah. And I'm like,
I was in the same boat.
no, absolutely not.
Right, same.
It just goes hand in hand with what I do for work.
Right.
Like cameras, angles, like all of that.
Film, cinema,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
And
yeah.
so it works really well with it. And like with social media and taking photos and doing photo shoots and cosmetic shoots and like
learning
all of
about
that.
lights and learning yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
For sure.
Learning how to use lenses, what cameras do what. So I love that.
Yeah.
But there are moments where we're doing things and people are taking it to how they're going to do it.
Right.
In terms of a director. And I am just like, that's not what I'm going to be. So like
Right.
you take that part
Right.
and like do that. So it's, I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes I don't take some parts as serious because
Right.
I know that that's not what I'm going to be doing.
I remember when I was in video production, every single person that asked me like, oh, you want to be a director?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of like, I think that's just like what everybody assumes anybody in video production wants to do is like,
Yeah.
oh, you probably want to be the main guy, which is the
Mhm.
director.
Yeah.
Not always the case.
No.
Like even for me, I wanted to switch
producer's a big one.
producer's big too, but
Yeah.
that's not so much like focused on the aspects of production, you know, which is kind of funny because that's the name of it.
Yeah.
But a producer is more just like the overall making sure everything's going together, like financially, and are we on schedule and everything's going the way it should be.
yeah.
Director's more like, no, the grip has to be here, angle from here, medium shot, you know, this is where we want it to look like, you know, all that stuff. That's not what I wanted to do either. I didn't want to be a director ever.
No. And like every time a professor found out I was a makeup artist, they were like, oh my gosh, please stay in the industry. Like we need more makeup artists. We
Yeah.
need more special effects artists. Like they always
Oh.
tell me that. So
Do you want to do would you ever want to do special effects?
I've done it before and it's super fun.
Cool.
Like if I could be on the set of like The Walking Dead, that would
Oh.
just be so
Just
cool.
making a ton of zombies.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
It'd be super fun. And so like that I could totally see myself going into like that creative like area. Like even Euphoria is like a huge one too. It's like everyday makeup, but it's still the makeup artists have like a huge role in that show.
Right, of
Yeah.
course. That would be fun.
Yeah.
I never got into Euphoria very much, but I know that it was like
Yeah, the makeup was
Yeah,
a huge
a lot.
deal. Yeah.
very cool. Dope. Well, that was the last Cute or Cringe. So that wraps up the episode.
Oh my gosh. Awesome.
Congratulations. And we didn't talk about paranormal activities at all.
Oh my gosh, we didn't.
I know,
And
not a
last time that was like a huge
That was like the staple.
Yeah, it was paranormal activities.
Yeah. Now it was more like cosmetics and kind of where you're going with life. So I think it was good.
Yeah.
We gave the audience a different aspect at you.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No scaries today.
No scaries today. Maybe next time.
Yeah. Season
Season
10.
Is that when you're coming back?
Season 10, we're going to go ghost hunting.
I'm so down.
Catacombs.
We're going to podcast mobile. Season 10.
Mobile podcasting.
And we'll go into a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do the podcast really quietly. Because I'll be scared.
ASMR in the haunted house.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. We appreciate you being here. We'll catch you next Monday. Peace.
Talking about the South, and I guess I'm doing